I wonder when he started looking down on me like this. Before we were married, he was so kind and always respected my opinions. Incompetent, stupid, dumb. He hurls these heartless words at me daily, asserting how much better he is than me. One day, I couldn't take it anymore and talked back, and he just snapped and stormed out. That's when I realized I should have done this from the start. My name is Melissa, 28 years old. I'm just an average employee at a company. I met my husband Dave through a friend's introduction, and after dating for 2 years, we got married. From the beginning, he was really smart and always made me feel happy.
This is for you, Melissa.
Oh my gosh! Is this the brand I said I liked?
It's been a year since we started dating. I wanted to give you something memorable.
This is so expensive. I feel bad. Like, I've made you go out of your way.
Don't worry about it. I bought it because I wanted to give it to you.
He was so thoughtful, almost unbelievably so for a man, always noticing even the smallest changes in me. Looking back, maybe he was just used to dealing with women. But to me, with my limited dating experience, he was incredibly charming. He was fair and kind to everyone, great at making conversation, had a good rapport with people, and was well liked. But that was just on the surface. A year into our marriage, the kind man I knew was gone. He still puts on a good front outside, but at home, he turns into the worst kind of guy, throwing around his authority. We both work, but I always end up doing all the household chores. If I come home late from overtime or serve a ready-made dinner, he instantly starts berating me.
Why is dinner just a ready-to-eat food from the supermarket?
Sorry, I got held up with overtime and didn't have time to cook.
Don't make excuses. You're so useless. Can't even make a proper dinner.
But what am I supposed to do? I work too, you know. If you're going to complain, why don't you cook sometimes?
What? Are you crazy? I'm allowing you to work. Be grateful to me, you slacker. Just go make something.
In his mind, it seems like I'm the one being selfish for wanting to work. I just want to keep working until we have kids. He never thinks of sharing the household chores, even though we both work. He constantly puts people down, but when something good happens at work, he won't stop bragging about it. Just the other day, he came home in a great mood and started boasting right away.
Today, at work, the juniors kept relying on me. I'm so busy with my own work, but I can't help it.
That sounds tough. Good job.
Everyone at the company acknowledges my abilities. Naturally, people gravitate towards me.
That's impressive, Dave.
Right? I'm on a different level from a loser like you. You should be thankful you got to marry someone as capable as me.
Our monthly incomes are not that different, yet he acts as if he's the only one who's superior. Frankly, his attitude often infuriates me. I usually try to bear it, but sometimes I can't help but talk back. No matter what I say, his opinions never change. He just counters with his usual faulty logic. Lately, even arguing feels too exhausting. Keeping a diary has been my hobby since I was young. In the beginning of our relationship, it was full of happy memories. But lately, it's just a record of the insults and verbal abuse he hurls at me. Then one day, something unforgivable happened. I had planned to go out for dinner with my best friend Lisa for her birthday a month in advance. I had told Dave and he had agreed. But on the day, he suddenly says something outrageous.
What? We're going to my parents' house right now.
What? I couldn't believe my ears. No way, I can't today. I've already made plans to celebrate Lisa's birthday.
Forget about that trivial thing. Just get ready to go to my parents' house.
I told you, I can't. I have plans with Lisa. If it's that important, go by yourself.
If I go alone, my parents will think we're having marital issues. They'll start asking all sorts of questions.
He's always been all about appearances. Only thinks about himself. I sighed heavily, and he, apparently not liking my reaction, turned red with anger and started shouting.
Just get ready, will you? You're stupid and useless. And your friend must be no better.
What? What are you saying?
No need to celebrate a birthday for such a person. It's a waste of money and time.
How dare you? Lisa is my dear friend. Take back what you said.
I'm just stating facts. Got a problem with that?
Of course I do. I can't just stay quiet when you insult my best friend. I won't forgive you until you take back those words and apologize. He smirked provocatively, snorted, and said,
Not forgiving me until I apologize? Whatever. Do as you like. I don't need your forgiveness.
What kind of attitude is that? Do you realize how awful you're being? You insulted my dear friend.
Oh, this is so annoying. Fine, I'm leaving. You should use this time to think about how you should behave towards me from now on. Think hard with that useless brain of yours.
After saying that, Dave left with just a few of his belongings. That was the moment when any love I had left for him completely vanished. I can't forgive him anymore. It's one thing to insult me, but to insult my best friend too? I didn't chase after him. Instead, I went to meet Lisa. After enjoying dinner and shopping with her, I returned home in the evening. Dave hadn't come back yet, but I didn't care. My feelings for him had already cooled off. He didn't return for a few days, and I enjoyed my time alone. And during this time, I realized something. Wait a minute. It's so much more comfortable without him around. Even when I manage the household chores in between work, he never appreciates or thanks me. Instead, he digs up faults in others and berates me. Continuing a marriage with such a man seems like a waste of time and money. His presence in my life is nothing but a hindrance. Why did I even try so hard to understand such a husband? Thinking about it, all my patience up until now just seems ridiculous. Continuing this marriage will only wear down my mental health. It's smarter to get a divorce sooner rather than later. With that decision made, I confided in my best friend Lisa. She listened to me sympathetically. Oh, I had no idea. I always thought you had a happy marriage. He's always desperate to keep up appearances. At home, he's awful. I said this with a distant look in my eyes, and Lisa murmured, I see. So, what will you do now? I'm thinking of getting a divorce. I see. If that's your decision, then I support it. Want me to introduce you to a good lawyer? That would be a big help. Well, I work at a law firm, you know. I know plenty of sharp divorce lawyers. Thank you. I can finally be free from that man and start a new life. After that, I consulted with a lawyer she introduced me to and started preparing for the divorce. Dave returned exactly a week after he had left. Seeing me, he smirked and said,
Melissa. Long time no see. So, you must have had a lot to think about living alone, huh?
Indeed, I did realize quite a few things. He nodded, looking satisfied.
Good. You must have realized how much you appreciate me. You've reflected on your actions, right?
Reflected? What exactly should I be reflecting on?
Huh? You really are dense. I gave you all that time to think, but you haven't changed at all.
No, I have changed. He looked puzzled as I said this firmly.
Changed? In what way?
My feelings have changed.
Huh? How? You look exactly the same to me.
Can you just sign this for now?
What's this?
It's a divorce form. Can't you tell?
Divorce form?
Seeing the divorce form, he suddenly got furious.
Hey, are you crazy? You realized how much you need me while I was gone, didn't you?
Don't be ridiculous. I was actually quite comfortable alone. That's why I'm saying let's get a divorce.
What the? You can't just decide that on your own. Why do you think I left for a week? To give you time to reflect on your behavior.
Yes, I'm grateful for that. It gave me the chance to realize that I'm more comfortable without you, and that I don't need a man like you.
What?
He probably never imagined that I would decide to divorce him while he was away. He opened and closed his mouth, struggling for words.
You're talking nonsense. I gave you time out of my goodwill, and now you're talking about divorce? I won't accept such selfish behavior.
You don't have to accept it, but I won't cancel the divorce. And I'll be asking for compensation for the mental distress you've caused me daily.
Compensation? Why should I pay anything? I've only ever told the truth.
Do you think your oppressive words are justified? Even if they're true, being married doesn't give you the right to say anything.
Shut up. You're so arrogant. I won't pay any compensation.
Do as you like, but I'll have a lawyer, so be prepared. He started trembling and his face turned red with anger, like a volcano ready to erupt. He couldn't accept being cornered by the woman he had always looked down upon. He started yelling, spitting as he spoke.
Enough, you trash. You should have just listened to me instead of getting carried away. Who put such nonsense in your head? That worthless friend of yours?
I decided on the divorce all by myself.
Then, you're a complete idiot. By divorcing me, you're just losing a capable husband. It's all downsides for you.
I can't believe you actually say that. The only one who thinks you're capable is yourself. Why can't you see that?
What did you say?
Just pay the compensation and sign the divorce form quickly, okay?
Shut up. First of all, you have no proof.
Oh, I have proof. I showed him my smartphone, which had numerous diary entries recorded. They detailed all the verbal abuse I had endured. He stared at the screen, and I told him clearly, detailed diaries like this can definitely be used as evidence. I was surprised myself.
You've been recording this the whole time?
It was a daily routine for me. Keeping a diary has always been like a hobby. But who knew it would come in handy like this? It was worth keeping it all these years.
You think I'll let you get away with this?
He stomped off to my room looking for the diary, probably to destroy the evidence. I watched him frantically search for it and said with a smile, "Go ahead and look." I hate to break it to you while you're searching so hard, but it's pointless. I've already given that diary to my lawyer. Did you really think I'd just leave such crucial evidence lying around? While you were gone, I was already moving forward with the divorce preparations.
Shut up. Anyway, I won't accept a divorce. I won't allow it.
Huh? I don't need your permission. I can get a divorce just fine without it, especially with all the evidence I've gathered. Dave wanted to say something back, but seemed to realize it was futile and just clenched his teeth in anger. It appears he doesn't think he's at fault at all. I was utterly disgusted with him. You look really ridiculous right now.
What did you say?
Do you even understand why things turned out this way? It's because you're the type of despicable person who belittles others without any guilt. Maybe you thought once we were married, and you had put on a good front, you'd have me for life. Too bad. I'm not foolish enough to devote my life to a lowlife like you.
You? How dare you talk to me like that? Who do you think I am?
You? I just see you as a self-absorbed piece of trash.
Trash, you say?
While you were gone, I realized that being married to trash like you is a waste of time. So, I decided to dump you quickly. You can struggle and suffer all you want. I hope you hit rock bottom. Just stay out of my life, forever. Ignoring my stunned husband, I walked out of the house, never to look back again. When I told his parents about the divorce, they were furious.
You fool! Divorce is a disgrace to our family.
Exactly! How can we face our neighbors now? What are you going to do about this? I guess apples don't fall far from the tree. His parents also seemed to care excessively about appearances. His father scolded him harshly and even smacked him.
Oh, stop, Dad. Quiet. You can't even keep your family together, you pitiful fool. But I never thought she would stand up to me like that. You're disowned. Don't come back to this house. What? Reflect on your actions alone.
Dave apparently didn't expect to be hit by his father. He was pathetically crying and begging for forgiveness, to no avail. He was swiftly disowned by his parents. After that, my diary served as solid evidence, and the divorce went through. I successfully received the compensation too. My ex-husband's life fell apart after I left. His meals consisted of convenience store food or instant noodles, and his suits were all wrinkled. It's the natural consequence of him dumping all the housework on me. Word of the divorce reason slowly spread in his company, and his reputation plummeted. Now, he's treated like a pariah by his colleagues. For someone who used to boast about being relied upon by juniors, it must be a bitter pill to swallow. Honestly, he got what he deserved. As for me, I moved to an apartment near my office, making my commute easier. Living without having to worry about pleasing someone else every day is true happiness. From now on, I'm focusing on my work and hoping that someday I'll meet someone wonderful and make the right choice for a happy life.